Hi, good afternoon. I'm Angelie Cristel, Campo. So today I'm going to present 10 tips to secure your privacy online. So the first is you have to check your social privacy settings. If you have social media accounts, those networks have a lot of information about you, and you might be surprised how much of it is visible to anybody on the internet by default. That's why they strongly recommend that you check your privacy settings. It's up to you to decide what information you want to share with complete strangers versus your friends or even nobody but you. Second is don't use public storage for private information. Oversharing is not limited to social networks. A lot of people are oversharing their information in this digital age. So don't use online services that are meant for sharing information to store your private data. For example, Google Docs isn't an ideal place to store a list of passwords that you have been saving, especially it's a crucial passwords for you, like for example, bank accounts and anything related to money. And what else? Don't use services meant for sharing to store your private data. Third is to evade tracking. When you visit a certain website, your browser discloses a bunch of stuff about you and your surfing history. Marketers use that information to profile you and target with ads. So incognito mode can't really prevent such tracking. You need to use some special tools like Kaspersky or any other internet security that you can find online. Fourth is you have to keep your main email address and phone number private. Your reward for sharing your email address and phone number, there's tons of spam in your email inbox and hundreds of robocalls on your phone that, what if something is going to call you if there's an emergency? So even if you can't share this info with internet services and online stores, don't share it with random people on social networks. And try to consider creating a separate disposable email address and, if possible, a separate phone number for these cases. Fifth, use messaging apps with end-to-end encryption. Like most modern messaging apps use encryption, like WhatsApp, but in many cases, it's what they call encryption in transit. Messages are decrypted on the provider side and stored on its servers. What if someone hacks the servers? Don't take that risk. Choose end-to-end encryption. In that way, even the messaging service provider can't see your conversations. Hi. So the sixth tips that I'm going to give you is use secure passwords. Like it's a no-brainer. It's always so, because using weak passwords to protect your private information is as good as like shouting that information to a passerby. So it's nearly impossible to memorize long and unique passwords for all the services you use. But with a password manager, you can memorize just one master password. I mean, it's very easy. 7 is that you have to review permissions for mobile apps and browser extensions. So mostly all kids right now are so excited playing their mobile game after they finish their work, but mobile apps prompts you to give them permissions to access contacts or files in device storage and to use your camera, your microphone, your location, and so on. Some really cannot work without these permissions, but some disinformation to profile you for marketing and for a lot of stuff. Fortunately, it's relatively easy to control which apps are given which permissions. The same stands for your browser extensions as well, which also have unfortunate spying tendencies. And 8th is that you have to secure your phone and computer with passwords or passcodes. I think a lot of us right now are using security codes, passwords, whatever you prefer, a bunch of numbers, or like a fingerprint security thing. So our computers and phones store a lot of data we'd rather keep private. So to protect them with passwords, these passwords don't have to be complicated and unique, but they should keep random people out. On mobile devices, do a bit better. I think 6-digit pins or actual passwords, it really depends on the brand, rather than 4 digits and screen lock patterns. Whatever best work for you. For devices that support biometric authentication, whether fingerprint reading or face unlock like iPhones, that's generally okay, but remember that these technologies have limitations as well. Ninth is to disable lock screen notifications. Protect your phone with a long, secure password, but leave notifications on the lock screen. Now, any passerby can see your business. To keep that information from appearing on the locked screen, set up notifications correctly. And then the last is stay private on Wi-Fi networks. Public Wi-Fi networks are good, but usually do not encrypt traffic. And that means anyone on the same network can try to snoop in on your traffic. So it means that they can, well, this is actually not very common, but then again, they can try to see whatever it is that you are also seeing on your phone, on your mobile device. And the last is you have to stay private on Wi-Fi networks. Public Wi-Fi networks usually do not encrypt traffic. And that means anyone in the same network can try to snoop on your traffic. It means that if you are connected to one public Wi-Fi connection, basically they can still try to access whatever it is that you're also trying to access. But this is not very common, just in case. Avoid transmitting any sensitive data like your logins, your passwords, your credit card data. Again, any information that involves money that is stored on your phone or your mobile device and so forth over public Wi-Fi. And also, a use of VPN to encrypt your data can also protect it from the prying eyes. So that's it. That's 10 tips on how to secure your privacy. Thank you.